Okay, let's, now that we're on the subject of particular products that many of us may be users of, let's get into this. This is a news article 3 days ago from Marijuana Moment. Schumer hosts first marijuana meeting to formulate 2021 federal legislation plan. Key U.S. Senate leaders held a meeting with marijuana stakeholders on Friday, the first formal step toward crafting a new bill to federally legalize cannabis. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, D.N.Y., Senate Finance Committee Chair Ron Wyden, D.O.R., and Sen. Cory Booker, D.N.J., heard from a group of advocates and stakeholders as the trio prepares to unveil draft reform legislations in the early parts of the year. Look at this fucking dog. Holy shit. The senators released a joint statement announcing the plan earlier this week that described the failures of marijuana criminalization and called for a federal policy change that prioritizes repairing the harms of prohibition. Getting input from stakeholders is part of that process, they said. Around the virtual table on Friday was a mix of representatives from advocacy groups and the cannabis industry, according to 5 people who attended the meeting and spoke to Marijuana Moment about it. The discussion lasted a little over an hour and included staffers from NORML, Drug Policy Alliance, Students for Sensible Drug Policy, and other organizations affiliated with the Marijuana Justice Coalition. Business-focused groups such as the National Cannabis Industry Association and Minority Cannabis Business Association were also present. Now, I just want to say the idea of calling marijuana a drug, I'm sorry. I mean, like, it's not like, that's like calling basil a drug. Like, what? That's like calling garlic a drug. That's like it's just dumb. Like, what? It's a drug. Whoa! Right? It's very stupid shit. Discussion topics ranged from the regulatory structure for marijuana to tax policy to social equity. The senators did not go in depth into details of their forthcoming reform proposal, but they signaled that they would incorporate feedback from these organizations and others as they move forward. One commitment from the start, according to attendees, is that the Senate bill will at minimum deschedule cannabis and seek to regulate it with a justice and equity-focused approach. Booker is expected to be the lead sponsor of this legislation when it is filed, and it will likely be referred to Wyden's committee. And yeah, there you go. So Chuck Schumer's in on that. Yeah, so I hope this works out. This is going to be good stuff. And you can read the rest of the article there. But again, Biden promised to decriminalize marijuana, and I want to make it very clear that Biden could, with a stroke of a pen, decriminalize marijuana today. He could have done it last week. He could have done it 2 weeks ago. He chose not to, and he's continually choosing not to. Now, it's possible he is choosing not to because he wants to make sure that it doesn't get challenged in the courts. It's possible, that that's the case. I'm not sure. If that is the case, he should be public about that. But either way, this is a good step. I personally will predict that marijuana will be legalized or decriminalized by the end of this year. That's my prediction, and we'll see how that goes. But again, this is a good thing, and love to see it.